Thank you, Yasser. We are indeed with the 2021 U.S. Open champion, Alex Lenderman. Alex, welcome back to St. Louis. We did analyze your game with Levon, but tell us what you saw from your perspective in this game.
Yeah, so as you could see with the opening choice, I sort of went for a pretty interesting fight. Like I played an Isolani. Usually when you play an Isolani, it's like going to be a 3-result game. So obviously I feel very bad that the game ended the way it did. Like that was certainly not my intention to do it like that, because you know, it's like I don't remember the last time I had a game like this where I had to make a draw, where I ended up making a draw by repetition as early as, like before move 20.
How did you make that decision to stop the game at that point and go knight f3? And...
yeah, so if we go back to bishop c2, knight a5. So when I played, so first of all, if we go back to the position after 12a3, if I remember correctly, Levon had a game with black after bishop takes c3.
He did?
Against Peralta.
Peralta, yes.
B takes c3, rook c8, and he won that game, and it was a fight. And I think I had an improvement there, so I was gonna hopefully try to play that position.
So you had this position in your preparation this morning?
Yes.
Excellent. But he surprised you with this move.
He surprised me with bishop e7. Now, I believe I had that in my notes, and I believe I analyzed this, but the thing is, the position is so unusual. There are like many setups for black. It's just like one of these positions that's hard to completely analyze till the end. But I still thought I had reasonable enough knowledge, and it's like a relatively rare line that I thought maybe Levon wouldn't be quite as familiar with. I mean, I don't remember if bishop c2 exactly was in my notes, but I thought it's a pretty logical move. And then here he played knight a5, and I don't really recall this exact position in my notes, but I thought knight e5 is the most logical move. But then I saw he can play knight c6, and I was like, okay, at the worst case scenario, I can play knight f3 and, you know, then look for something better later on. Not necessarily make a draw just yet, but at least see what he does. Maybe he'll want to play for a win also, because certainly black, I didn't think black absolutely had to play knight a5. I thought he can also consider taking a risk.
And there's so many moves.
Yeah, play another move.
Rook c8, rook e8.
Exactly, and it's not clear that they're like, you know, that much worse for black or anything like that. So I thought, okay, knight a5, knight e5 seemed like the most logical move, and I played it relatively quickly, maybe about 5 minutes. And then he played knight c6 quite quickly, so I thought, well, I wasn't sure if it's preparation or not. During the game, I thought like maybe he just thinks it's the most logical move, but I thought it's possible it's preparation, but I wasn't sure. So here I really had a pretty deep think. I tried to see if I can... I think originally I wanted to play something like bishop e3, maybe. But then I just didn't like it so much. I thought rook c8, and I didn't really see what my next move is. I also considered, if we go back instead of bishop e3, I considered taking, and then ideas like queen d3 or rook e3. But in none of the positions I thought I'm better. I thought if anyone is better, it's black, because you got a chance to exchange pair of minor pieces in IQP, and normally that's something that favors the side playing against IQP. So I thought, well, and at this point I was also burning time. So I thought at this point I'm playing a slightly worse position, unclear position. Maybe my opponent is in prep, and I have to make, I'm the one who has to make tough decisions. And I'm not even sure what move I'm supposed to play. So it's like, you know, whether I have a draw in hand or not, I would be thinking about this position a lot anyway. So at this point, I'm falling behind the clock 10, 20 minutes. And, you know, so I decided to play knight f3.
Definitely feels like a practical decision.
Yeah, and then, so I repeated once, right? And then I thought, well, also it wouldn't be, okay, so he repeated once, knight f3, knight a5, right?
Knight
and
f5?
Then, yeah, and then here, of course, I thought, well, what other options I had in this position? I thought maybe bishop g5. I thought maybe bishop f4. But yeah, none of the lines I really liked all that much. And again, I was already 20 minutes behind on the clock. So I thought, well, okay, I have to make a move, because at this point, what if he decides, like if I can't go down like like an hour on the clock. Because
even if you go 95, 96, then he can go rook c8 or
yeah,
something.
exactly, or not rook c8 right away, exactly. So I can't be irresponsible and fall behind too much on the clock, so I have to make a move relatively quickly. So I played 95, and I was hoping maybe I'll give myself one last attempt to really go deep and try to find something there, like if maybe something opens up, a miracle happens. But, then, if we go back to...
Knight c6.
Yeah, so here I was considering all sorts of ideas, right? Again, knight c6. I was trying to calculate queen f3. I was trying to look at all queen f3, you can put it on the board. But I thought rook c8, or queen c8 maybe.
Which is the best move in the position. And
Yeah,
actually, it seems like black is starting to take over.
Yeah, and like every try I was looking at, like at the best, I thought the position is unclear. And keep in mind, there's a chance he's in prep, and he's ahead on the clock. So I thought, okay, at this point, it would just be irresponsible for me to actually play the game on, because, yeah, at this point, I'm just playing clearly in not equal terms. I'm pretty sure at this point, against any GM, I would just make a draw here, because it's, it's just one of these positions where it's clear that I have to take a pretty big risk if I want to play on. So, I mean, I feel very bad. I feel very sorry for the fans that they had to see a game like that. But, yeah, at this point, I thought it just... it would be very irresponsible for me to keep playing the game.
It's a long event, and I do believe that this was the practical decision. Alex, we'll see you in the next games.
Thank you.
Thank you indeed. Alex, big surprise